Hello and welcome to a new lesson for English learners in grade 8. My name is Sanja Božinović and I will be your English teacher today. Our today's lesson is music. In today's lesson, we'll talk about the relationship between sound and music. And by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to name a lot of vocabulary related to music and to talk about what music means to you. For this lesson, you need a device with a reliable internet connection and you need your notebook and a pencil for making notes while learning in this lesson. If you have all you need for this lesson, let's start. I have a question for you. Read carefully and answer this question with one word only. What do you break every time you say its name? Remember, the title of this lesson is Music, and we are talking about the relationship between sound and music. What is it that you break every time you say its name? It's silence. At the beginning of this lesson, we are talking about some sound facts. Find out how sound relates to music and more in the quiz that you can access if you scan the code that you can see on your screen or if you follow the link above the code bit.ly/soundfacts. You can pause this video while working on this task. 5 sound facts from the previous exercise are: sound comes from vibrations. They create sound waves which move through air or water before reaching our ears. Dogs can hear sound at a higher frequency than humans. That is why dogs can hear noises we can't. For dry air at a temperature of 0 degrees Celsius, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, the value for the speed of sound is 331.29 meters per second. In liquid water at 8 degrees Celsius, it is about 1,439 meters per second. The scientific study of sound waves is also known as acoustics. It is a branch of physics. A pleasing or meaningful arrangement of sounds is also known as music. What is music? Is it a pleasing or meaningful arrangement of sounds as said in the previous definition? What does it mean for you? What is your definition of music? Please pause this video and write your definition of music into your notebook. Music. What kind of music do you like? Who is your favorite musician? Where and when do you listen to music? Do you download music? Do you listen online? Have you been to any concerts yet? Can you play a musical instrument? How would you describe music using one adjective? Please pause this presentation and make notes. Answer these questions in your notebook. Let's revise some music vocabulary and learn some new words to speak and to write about music. Here are the categories: the styles in music, the instruments, people, places and events, adjectives to describe music, and other music-related words. Please copy this table into your notebook, read carefully the words in the table, and add at least one more word to each of the columns. The wordle in the top left-hand side corner of the slide will give you more words to talk and to write about music. Let's define some of these words. A soloist is a musician. If we want to define the musician further, we'll say a soloist is a musician who plays a solo. We'll add a relative, dependent relative clause. A note. A note is a symbol. A note is a musical symbol which represents the pitch and duration of a sound. The lute. The lute is an instrument. Is an instrument that was popular in the 16th century. Speakers. That's what you need to be able to listen to music from your computer. So we can define better every word from the list if we add a dependent relative clause beginning with one of the relative pronouns. Two relative pronouns that we use for people are who and that. Let's try some examples. If we want to put two sentences together by adding the information from the second to define one of the nouns, which is a person in the first, we'll do this. The man is my teacher. That man plays the drums. The man who plays the drums is my teacher. I saw the opera singer, and that opera singer sings in Porgy bass. I can say, I saw the opera singer who sings in Porgy bass. Relative pronouns for things are which or that. The trumpet is a brass instrument, and that trumpet is played by blowing into it. The trumpet is a brass instrument which is played by blowing into it. I bought a xylophone. You wanted that xylophone. I bought the xylophone which you wanted. The relative pronoun what means anything that or the thing, things that. Here is an example. The new instrument that isn't the thing that you need to become a good musician. Instead of the thing that you need, you can say that isn't what you need to become a good musician. Pay attention that if you say anything, something, nothing, everything, all, you need only that. You cannot use what after these words. So you say, the band didn't play anything that I like. Let's practice. Join two sentences into one. Use a relative pronoun in every example. 1. The glass produces a beautiful high tone. It is almost empty. Acoustics studies sound waves. It's a branch of physics. The boy made music with glasses of water. He likes music and physics. Now check that you have all the correct answers. 1. The glass that is almost empty produces a beautiful high tone. Acoustics, which is a branch of physics, studies sound waves. The boy who likes music and physics made music with glasses of water. Listen to a story about an experiment and answer the questions. There are 4 questions for you to answer. Who inspired the boy to do the experiment? What did he want to prove? What did he do? And what is his advice to classmates? You will find the audio text if you go to the link bit.ly singing glasses audio, or you can read the text if you follow the link bit.ly singing glasses text. Pause this video, listen to the text, and answer the 4 questions that you can see on the screen. Let's complete these sentences with relative pronouns. Please pause the video, read carefully the sentences, copy them into your notebook, and complete them with relative pronouns. Let's check that you have all the correct answers. The instrument that I used for this experiment is a set of glasses. Vibrations create sound waves which travel through the water in glasses. You can use any stick that has the same qualities as a pencil. The tone which the full glass produced was the lowest. That is what I proved with my experiment. My physics teacher, who is a musician, taught me how to do it. If you like music, why don't you experiment with your own special sounds by turning glasses or bottles of water into instruments? Make some cool music and find out how it works. I have a task for you. Create your own music alphabet poster. Choose a word related to music that you have learned or you would like to learn for every letter of the alphabet. A to Z. Learn to pronounce the words, to write them and to use them in phrases and sentences. Choose or create a suitable illustration for every word. Then create a poster. You can use a paper poster or you can create a digital poster, like for example when you use canva.com. Use your poster to revise the words and don't forget to share it with your classmates and your teacher. The speaking task. Task 1. Talk about music in your life. Your task is to talk for a minute about the importance of music in your life. Try to answer the questions from the beginning of the lesson. Use a lot of words you have learned in this lesson, and don't forget to use relative pronouns in your sentences. When you are ready, record your talk. Use vocabulary.com and share your recording with your classmates and your teacher. Instead of talking about the importance of music in your life, you can choose to talk about the singing glasses. Again, you will talk for a minute about your experiment with glasses filled with water. You will describe the details of the experiment, what you learned and how you felt. Use a lot of words you have learned in this lesson and use relative pronouns in your sentences. Again, you will share your talk by recording it using vocabulary.com. This rubric will help you with both Task 1 or Task 2. It's a speaking task rubric. You will see that the criteria in this speaking task rubric are the topic and organization of the text. You should pay attention that your talk is 1 minute long and that it fully corresponds to the topic and no elements are missing. Then there is the vocabulary. You should use 5 or more new words from this lesson. Grammar. You should use all basic language structures adequately and accurately. Your pronunciation. You should speak clearly and not mispronounce any words. And then fluency. When you speak, pay attention that you create complete sentences with few pauses and no hesitation. Good luck! When you have completed all the tasks in this lesson, please go through this self-assessment checklist to check that you can talk about one of the topics related to music for 1 minute, that you can name a music-related word for every letter of the alphabet, use more than 10 words related to music in your own sentences, explain how physics and music are related, and that you can use relative pronouns in your sentences. If you can do all that, well done! You've come to the end of this lesson. Thank you for your active participation and goodbye until our next lesson.